Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning trading room. Hold on here a second. We'll get the screen share going on. So yesterday, after the FOMC, the market really picked up a little bit. Here, we'll review it here on the Eagle. Going into the close, there were some pretty big swings. You can see here higher and lower. Let's do it this way. There we go. So the minutes get released. Big run up. Big push down. A lot more volatility, certainly relative to what we had been seeing. The overnight or after hours, a little bit more active as well. You can see the markets, the overnight market actually having something going on. We did open with a slight gap. But I think that's since been filled here out of this little uptick out of the gate. Here now the daily chart, and you can see in spite of that volatility that I showed you, still a relatively neutral bar. Not really a doji. For those of you who follow candlestick patterns, I believe this one would qualify as what is known as a shooting star. But here's what's interesting about it is note the relative volume. So you've got a relatively small bar, and yet the volume is more than it was on this bar here, which is much larger. And it's not that long ago. What does that tell you? It tells you that something's going to happen. Now, we're not always sure what's going to happen, but when you get small bars with big volume, there's a lot of trading going on, and yet the market's not really moving higher or lower. If I had to guess, we're approaching 7,500, and you can see the last time we got up as high as 7,800 before the market tanked. But there's got to be some resistance here. You know, they say old support is new resistance. Well, if we labeled that as an old support level, new resistance level, that's kind of where we're at. Look at that, almost kissing it to the number. We shall see. Right now it's a little bit of a mess still. Richard's asking, good morning, Eric. Well, good morning, Richard. Are equivolume bars available for Ninja 8? No, not yet. There are a few pieces of software that we have that will not migrate into Ninja 8. Equivolume bars being one of them, the Trade Manager being the other. In all honesty, I wish Ninja never built Ninja 8. I know they had their reasons for it, and they certainly could care less about third-party programmers such as ourselves. But what a mess. What a mess. They take their software and they totally rebuild it from the ground up. But Ninja is not exactly known for caring about other people's needs. It wasn't that long ago that, and I'm kind of telling tales out of school here, but Ninja took over Mirror's Futures, which was a brokerage, and it's since has become NinjaTrader brokerage. And I'm not bad mouthing the brokerage. They are very good brokers. Their service is top shelf. They're very quick to respond to any inquiries you have. But they told all their associate brokers at the time that, yeah, sorry, we don't need you guys anymore, and pretty much cut everybody out of the picture. Yeah, that did not go over all that well. Okay, a nice little rally here to start the day. No doubt traders looked at this 73.75 zone, 73.80 zone, and said, hey, that's where the market really sparked yesterday. Let's buy it up again. And this is one of those instances that makes you think, gee, maybe I should trade the open. Well, the opportunity certainly was there, and a very nice, smooth progression. I think it's really setting a bullish tone here on the day. You know, when I see moves like this, I'm always tempted just to hit the buy button, set my stop, keep my fingers crossed. But I know the smart thing to do is to wait. Look at that. Isn't that a crazy strong move? Oh well, it happens. I don't know. Did anyone in the room hop on board there? We did get some signals. Surprisingly, look at this here. It moved right through the hawk. We should have had a first micro macro cross signal. Looks like right about here, but it did not fulfill the programming. It just kept on going. So the hawk got shut out. That's very rare. Ooh, look at this. Here, the falcon too. Same kind of problem. Somewhere around here, it was trying to dip a little bit. We would have produced a trend change signal, but nada. Oh, sorry. If you were watching the open, though, you had a nice little late filter entry signal here right on the opening buzzer. So, sorry, you did have a chance there on the falcon. My bad. The eagle, of course, hey, you're just looking for your first in sync signal. That would have been this one right here. So you've got a bullish trend or a bullish band. You're looking for your first buy signal. Very nice results there. No problem whatsoever hitting your high probability target. And last but not least, we have the Raptor with a couple of signals actually. Oh no, the number one signal was pre-market. but you did get that number 3 signal. So the Raptor looks like the only tool giving us a second chance. The Eagle, the Hawk, the Falcon, you'd have to grab it right off the opening buzzer. Okay, now here's the situation. We know the direction, right? Odds are the market will head higher from here. That's pretty much a given. We've got signals we can take advantage of. The challenge at this point is stop placement. Because to keep your stop 2 swings back means that your stops pretty much need to go back here. We've got a nice second push opportunity on this signal here. Oh, look at this. Your Bollinger is actually getting a little bit weak. Your band counter already up to 60 some odd ticks. What do we think? A pullback here to the hard edge? That would be rather brisk. I'm not really a fan of doing a counter trend trade into a trend like this, but that's exactly what happened after the FOMC minutes were released yesterday. We had the big rally up and then a big rally down. Go figure. I suppose we could put our just in case order to buy up there. Just tuck it above those highs. We've got a little bit of a double swing here. If it does go up, I suppose I could put my stops right there. The next buy signal, although we did not encounter the hard edge, would be, well, I don't know if I want to call it a hard edge bounce. I would consider it a hard edge bounce only because the market is moving so quickly. Here now coming the number 2 signal, the counter trend signal. All right, this now the hard edge bounce. Let's see if we got a second push opportunity on that one. And I think I will hold out for 2 bars to reverse, not just the one. If you were so inclined, we could bracket this. So we've got a second push now on the number 2 signal. That's the counter trend. We've got a second push now on the number 3 signal. That's the with trend. And we could see which way it is inclined. Now, a second push opportunity simply means we allow the signal to engage and we see where it flinches, and that now becomes our signal bar. And I should point out that we are at the quarter to the hour mark, which is my least favorite time of the day to trade. All right, let's take a look at this and see if we can't measure out a move. So if that was the move that brought us here, if the market repeats that. Should bring us up here to around the 74.50 zone. I think I will use the primary resistance as a profit target. Why be greedy? All right, got to continue above these recent highs. Giddy up. A little bit of a pushback now. There we go. Come on. Give me that follow through so I can get my stops up a little bit. There we go. One more bar. Oh, they're flinching there, so I'll take my chances. I'll bring my stops to break even. When you see these resistance zones breach, there should be some follow through, because what ends up happening is, well, obviously there's selling going on here, right? Because the market stopped its advance. But as we encounter that zone again, you can see there's additional selling. But if the buyers are truly stronger, the market should continue higher from here. That's what's referred to sometimes as trapping traders. And what we're looking for is we're looking for the sellers to be forced to exit their positions. As the market goes higher, we're going to be engaging sellers' exit orders, which are buy orders. And that in turn should move the market higher. Now note, I have hit my high probability profit objective. And if I were smart, I would stay with that. But I'm going to see if we can't. The market's got early momentum here. I'm going to see if I can't be a rock star. $28. There's my. All right, I've at least locked in my high probability target profit. And what I'll do at this point is I will roll bar for bar anything with a tail on it. Actually, you know what? It's starting to get to that ouch point for me. All right. Don't forget to close out your remaining order. Hooray! Well, I'm pleased with how that worked out. Not just because we turned a profit on the trade, of course, that's always important, but just the way that the trade developed. You know, we kind of saw it coming. We had the number 3 signal. It looks like actually the Raptor and the Hawk here providing the signals on that last leg up. But we saw the market put in some resistance as it made these highs, came back to the hard edge, and we know when we encounter the hard edge, we can anticipate a reaction, which we got. The market goes up a little bit. The Bollingers actually came in sync shortly after the number 3 signal. We did get a nice second push opportunity on the number 3 signal. essentially getting in on this secondary signal, and we were able to follow the market for most of that move up. Notice where the market started to reverse, the Bollinger is also starting to drift back inside. So that would have been our cue to tighten up our stops anyhow. A little bit of a nail biter, but overall, not too bad. Now, as I have a tendency to point out, trading quotas are a great way to keep yourself from ruining your account. According to TraderView, that little move was worth $185 that we captured. So if my trading objective on the day was to make $100 per contract, I have certainly done that. My trading day essentially is done. If I can do nearly $200 on a single contract, the money is made in the multiples. It's not made in trying to find another 4 or 5 or 10 trades today. Had I taken 3 contracts, that would be just short of $600. Had I taken 5 contracts, I would be just short of $1,000. That's the true power of trading. That's how you really make the money trading. And even if you just scalp out for $50, let's say we're looking here at the Hawk Scalper. And let's say you took this this macro pullback signal after this very big rally. I'd have to confess I'd be a little bit hesitant about it. I probably would have been a little bit more confident in this one. The structure is a little better, and by structure I simply mean that this would be 2 swings, so I'd have somewhere to place my stop, even though this one went up very quickly to find its profit target. The next one, not so much. The next one took its time going up. Gave you a little bit of heat, but it did eventually go up. My point is, even on the Hawk, if you're scalping, if you don't have the nerve to run really large stops, you can usually get a tighter setup trading the Hawk. But even if you find 2 $50 trades, which, like I said, there was one back here. Here's a first macro cross right here. There's trade number 2. You have met your $100 trade quota. Here too, your day is complete. You can go do something else now. Well, thanks for coming out, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Yes, the temptation is there to hang out longer, trade for more. I do have to close the room up early today. We're going to close it up at the bottom of the hour. The Falcon flirting here with a number 2 signal. I don't think counter trend is the way to go here. I will not be surprised to see a pullback. But I do think you're kind of asking for it, trying to go counter trend. Well, the Bollinger's very neutral here. We're getting what's referred to as a Bollinger squeeze, where the bands get very, very narrow. This follow-up signal, not really a number 3 signal because it was a little far removed from the band. The Falcon, on the other hand, did produce a very nice late filter entry signal here. Sorry, I missed that one. Was looking somewhere else. But that having a decent amount of follow through to it. All right, so look at this. We're getting yet again, and I'll just show you here on the Raptor. It doesn't mean that we're not getting these things going on other tools, but I know there's a lot of Raptor owners in the room, which is why I tend to reach for the Raptor. But okay, we're getting breakouts. Remember, I did that measured move bit, and we were looking at 74.50, so we did recover to the primary resistance zone. Now we're getting that pushback. Bollinger's already turning bearish. Oh, look at that. What a crazy move short. All right, give me a sell signal. I'm wondering whether we're going to see a reverse now. All right, the Falcon is working a trend change signal. Our trend line has changed color. And here too, if you wanted, you could throw a just in case order to short down here. I'll get ready with my trade calculator. And I'm fairly confident I'm going to get a signal print as we approach here. stops will need to go above the high. This is purely counter trend. What I'm basing it on is the measured move. We've reached the profit objective. We're getting more resistance to go higher. Do you see that? The market barreling out of the gate here, and then the next move, all right, we got some resistance, comes down, goes a little higher, got some resistance, got some resistance, got some resistance. All right, there's the short signal. And this also a late filter entry signal to short. I'm going to get my exit order out of the way here. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get down now to our profit target. Obviously, this low here, influential, you could have done a second push or used that low as an entry point. Oh, I guess I should bring my stops back down to where they were. Oh, the joys of counter trend trading. Next bearish bar, I'll be getting to the point where I can consider bringing my stops down. Come on, come get me. Ha ha ha. Come on, you can't reach me. Well, I'm not liking the fact that they are hesitating. I might just be a little impatient. Oops. Oops. Oh, no, they're going to tap me here. Last chance for the Bears. When you suspect the market is changing direction, you have to give it some room. I don't want to risk my stop all the way above the high, although that would be a better stop placement. Well, here, let's just to show you. Okay, so I would have got tagged here. Let's see how we would do keeping our stop. Actually, 2 swings back. So this or this would be swing 1. This, of course, swing 2. But I'm not holding out a whole lot of hope. Yes, Steve. Steve says, of course, today was the day I got up a bit late and missed the early long signal at 6:35. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Steve, I did get up early and I didn't take it either. I took the second leg of it, but missed that initial rally. Oh, the tortures of counter trend trading. I think I've shared with you that out of all my losing trades, the vast majority are counter trend trades, counter trend attempts. If you want to improve your profitability, just ignore counter trend trades. Well, so far the second swing holding us in, but I don't know. It's not looking very promising. Like I mentioned before, you can just look at this trade and you know the market's long. Right, well, we'll stay with it here a little bit longer. I do believe I'm going to get tagged here, by the way, which is why, you normally want to take your medicine early. Also a good example of, again, exercising your trade quota. Less is more when it comes to trading. Well, we're starting to develop a bit of a sideways trading range. And with the sideways trading range, as you know, the best course of action is to allow the market to break out. So if I wasn't already long, I would bracket this as a range. I would look for a breakout and a retest. All right, so there's now the breakout. Not much of a breakout. Come on, give me 2 bars. Come on, you can do it. When I have 2 bars reverse, I know the market's not going to do this kind of thing. Just go back and forth. Chances are if I will get 2 bars reverse, it will provide more solid resistance. Okay, so there we go. So we had our little bit of a breakout. I can put my just in case order to buy up there. Just in case the market continues with trend. Yeah, Ray's asking, Eric, what are your settings here on the Falcon with the new Minrenko bars? Let me show you. The new Minrenko bars allow you to adjust the brick size and the tail size. Now, by default, the bars are 8 tick bars. So by default, you could go 8 by 8. But they weren't seeming as responsive. So what I did is I increased the trend to 9. That's the body. And the reversal, which is the wick or the tail, to 7. I'm still spanning the 16 ticks that I would have on the 8 tick bar. But I've just kind of split the numbers a little bit differently. That's the nice thing about the new Minrenkos is that you can play with it a little bit. You can optimize the signals if the signals don't seem to be working correctly. All right, I'm going to throw my just in case order to short down here in case I don't get another chance to get in. What I'm looking for now is the market to give me at least a bull bar here, ideally 2, and that will show me the buyers attempting to recover the market, in which case they will engage my buy order. But if they fail, I'll have a good spot to short below. So that's what I'm looking for. Almost there. All right, well, there's one bullish bar. Ideally, I want two. So we're getting a little bit of back and forth going here. Well, we've lost all the momentum. We had good momentum, and now it's all but dried up. All right, we're into the hard edge. This is where we anticipate a reaction. but it's slow coming. All right, there we go. Now we have our reaction here to the hard edge. So we're producing a red bar buy. And if this retest, which is essentially what it is, of this breakout fails, market should head lower. All right, are we going to get that breakout now and that follow through? So we did produce a red bar buy. Like I said, we probably got, we got a hard edge bounce signal back here. It did not print on the Raptor because your band was not in sync. All right, so there we go. We're getting some follow through on this now. Let's see where the next resistance zone could be. We are above the primary resistance. Next target, all the way up here. The highs of the morning were around the 74.60 mark, so that's going to be an obstacle. And we've just surpassed our high probability profit objective. So, there's nothing wrong with taking profit on target. See, 71, there it is, 75.50. Oh, no, sorry, my mistake. 76.50. So got the market pinched here now between my break even and my profit target. And it seems like we've lost all that early momentum. Uh, just got the break even. Okay, you could treat this also as a breakout now and a retest, in which case you could put your just in case order to buy above here now. But it does seem like we're getting a little bit of a rejection off of the highs. Chances are we will see a little bit more of a pullback, possibly to the bottom end of this trading range. And after that, we may get a breakout lower and a retest. So the market is slowly starting to back itself into a corner. As I mentioned at the outset today, I do need to close up the room here at the bottom of the hour. But we'll be back again tomorrow. I apologize for any inconveniences, and be careful out there. When in doubt, stay long. I think the market is not done with its rally today, but like I said, a little bit of a pullback is to be anticipated. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow then. Bye for now.